Oh, pardon
All
me.
right.
Ah,
And
yeah.
we're live,
Hello,
everybody.
as I yawn.
For episode it's totally fine that you yawned. For everybody who has joined chat, I'll leave this as a bonus for anybody who watches the VOD. When Karen joined our behind the scenes call, I coughed right in her ear immediately the moment she joined. Because I didn't think anybody was on yet. I was like, oh good, I can clear my throat before Karen gets on. Right in her face. So
Okay. It's all right. I didn't take it personally.
anyway, welcome to episode 300 of our nonsense, everybody.
Yay! Woo! Oh, I forgot
If
to
you
say anything.
would
With the
start
internet.
watching our stream from episode 1 and watch it continuously without sleeping or breaking or eating or anything else, just us forever. It turns out that forever is the entire month of a February now,
Wow.
Wow.
start to finish.
That is too without sleeping.
Yeah, 24/7, 600
goodness.
hours. Isn't that insane?
600 hours of us and friends.
Yeah.
Love it.
And friends, and sometimes less of us, and sometimes more of us. Yeah.
Right.
Like
Dana's
there's some
still
variety.
inbound, right? But this is a fun milestone to hit, actually.
Yeah.
It is. I'm excited about it. I caffeinated for you, for us,
Nice.
for science.
Yay.
I actually,
We'll see how much it takes effect.
the stuff I really, really wanted you to see, we've actually done the next dungeon in advance, so we can warp right to the boss fight and then get business done, so that you can see it specifically, Karen. As soon as Dana arrives on stream, we'll get going here. I love that
awesome.
solitaire background, by the way.
It's Belatro. Just kidding.
It could be
Trying to
Belatro.
troll everybody.
Were you in the Grand Canyon just a second ago? That was exciting.
I was exploring. Yeah, I think my existing actual real background is too close to my face because it keeps cutting me off, cutting parts of my face off because it's like white. Because I have a lot of white in the background.
Yeah.
Me and my whiteness, so I might just keep it like this. And do like the solitaire.
totally
I
fine.
used to like play solitaire. I don't know if anyone
Sorry, I
actually
just looked.
did.
Yeah, I don't know
Oh,
if
I
anybody...
still do. Are you kidding?
Okay,
and
good.
hello,
I
Love
play
Lele, by the way.
solitaire.
You can't see it in full right now. Maybe I'll try and expand it. The painting that is my current background right now is actually hanging on the wall, like right over here, above me to my left. And it's
Nice.
a painting my sister-in-law made for me that is of Guido the sage turtle and Edward the bard sitting in a forest making music together. You can see the beginning of Bardic Knowledge
yeah.
painted out there. It's my own personal
Right.
logo as a wall
I guess
painting.
I knew that and I forgot. Yeah, cool.
Very cool.
Where's our Starlighter link?
Yeah, I got it right here actually while we're waiting around. I was actually
Are we
waiting
just
for
gonna
It's our last week
it
of
is.
that
It is.
of fundraising for Starlighters, and we're almost. If we're not there, we're almost there to our goal.
Yes, and hold on one
should
second.
be
I
close.
actually
Last
waited
week we
so
were
long to type in
$5
my
away.
code. I have to get a new code. 192162. I was so excited to see you all. We are
God
right
damn it.
at our goal, and I'm going to donate this evening, which I have not yet done. So we'll be clearing our goal just by a little bit more. But
Woo!
thanks to everybody
Excellent.
who's already contributed to our campaign
Oh,
for
105,
Starlight Children's
yay!
Foundation. That
Thanks.
makes custom hospital gowns and provides video games to long-term stay hospital students, which frankly rules.
It really does. And, as a parent with a kid who's been recently hospitalized, although for a minimal length of time, I can say that I have an appreciation on a whole new level now for this sort of thing. So,
For sure.
wonderful cause.
Yes. And for fun and to create room for Dana to arrive, I'm going to do something very quickly, so hold on. And that is... Oh, I can just post it from my phone to our group's Signal chat for no reason except to get it into the computer. So hold on. I'll post that photo first to everybody on the call, and then we'll drag and drop it onto the stream.
Birdie.
Yes. Nice.
Let's download that image. It goes there. We'll add it for everybody very quickly here, so y'all can see what hangs above my desk regularly.
Very
Really
cool.
cool.
There you go.
That's beautiful.
Yeah, my sister-in-law's amazing.
Ryan, did you post on Facebook or just the like Blue Sky?
Just Blue Sky.
Okay.
I've been less good about Facebook, and I basically don't do Twitter anymore unless it's a business contact situation where like that's the only platform I have access to somebody on.
Yeah.
And even then, it's like
Yeah.
less of that lately. Twitter's been sucking. Sorry,
Twitter's
team.
dead to me.
Oh yeah, I'm off of it completely.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But Twitch, sorry, not Twitch, Facebook. I think sometimes, at least when I post about us on there, sometimes we get some extra folks. So I was thinking of doing that,
Oh yeah,
and
yeah.
also pushing our article at the same time.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, for
That's what
sure.
I was
About
gonna
our-
do, but I forgot.
We
I
actually
just
would
had,
do
like,
work.
3 hours of sleep last night and just had to take a nap after I got hit back at 6.
Oh my gosh,
boy.
that's so legit.
Long day.
All right, let's see how our balance is for sound here.
Woohoo!
Sounds good.
We got a
It
mark.
does sound good. We're gonna venture.
4th even.
That's right.
Dreamy,
I
dreamy,
love
dreamy.
an hour's difference of when I load something for a cutscene and it's like, okay, and I've also done all the cleanup afterwards. This was
It's like pulling the cake out of the oven, like
yeah, this
on a
was
cooking
a
show.
solid. We have moved ahead, I think, 7 hours in quest time since we last streamed this.
Nice.
And nobody wants to watch all 7 of those hours. There's a couple plot boss fights that were interesting and fun. There's one village that Dana will want to visit, I'm sure, when she arrives, and we'll visit without her right now. Too bad, so sad. As we buy a little bit of time here, and that is the village on the right side of the world. I think it's this place.
But I don't know. But I don't know.
Is this the one?
Manoza.
Julianne is in the way, everybody. How do we fix that?
Oh no!
There
Was
we
I
go.
just like sitting there like singing over top of the actual screen, like gameplay?
So,
Look at
to be
me.
clear, through no fault of Julianne's whatsoever, do you not all know how Skype and Teams and whatever calling app have like a smaller window when you close the big window of whoever is
Yes.
still speaking? Julianne's face was like
My little-
staring
I
at
was the
me
small
from
one.
where the minimap is supposed to be in Dragon Quest III, and I was like, get out of my way. What's
Hi.
your problem?
It's a
Like,
me stream, not a map stream. Oh my gosh. Mini me.
Oh, Jipang is where I meant to go. We'll warp there. The English translation of this town kills, and there's unique music as well. This is the Japanese-themed town, as you can see from the lovely cherry
I
blossoms
was gonna
here,
say the cherry
and the rice
blossoms.
patties, right?
Not Washington D.C. themed.
Every person only speaks in haiku,
Ah.
and
Interesting.
it's
Okay.
fantastic.
Uh.
And actually, there's one townsperson who did not. And it turns out I now have, thanks to that 7 hours of play, as we again wait for Dana here to get here, I have a mirror that can identify
cool
monsters
sounding
masquerading as people. And the one person who did not speak a haiku was a pretend monster who like didn't get it because his English is not very good.
Great.
And so that's how I was able to understand he was the monster, is that he doesn't speak haiku.
That's awesome.
Have we?
I'm still so taken by the lighting, the shadows and the lighting, and the color palette is so rich and vibrant. I love the visuals.
They really
Goodness.
took it to the next level. Have we
Yeah.
heard this track before?
This is new
Dana
to the
is
stream.
here, so when she comes back, we should like stop and listen. Especially because this is supposed to be a Japanese-themed town. So, in what ways is it doing an Orientalism, as we have said in the past? In what ways is it not? And what did it
Yes.
sound like originally? Because I don't know. I'm new to Dragon Quest.
And actually what I'm going to
In
do
that
is,
sense.
as Dana joins, I'm going to warp to an inn, make it daytime, and then warp back so we hear the daytime music of that. Welcome, Dana.
Hello.
Hello. Sorry I'm late.
Right.
Joe was getting me cough drops.
You're fantastic. Before we put the orbs into the pedestal, I
Good
wanted
moment.
to visit Japan, Dana.
Yeah, you did.
Mostly for you, I confess.
Yeah.
Because the stream will not have heard every single track. I think there might be like a cave theme or two we've skipped. But here, every town theme is, I think, worth our time. There's also a real, true elegance. I'm not going to go to soapbox, friends, to the map layout and how it would have worked in the 8-bit game, based on where you can
Just
teleport.
got here, man.
But we're going to let
Right.
that slide and instead
Wasting
talk
your
about
time.
this amazing musical track here.
Oh, man.
And like I said, every single townsperson, except the child.
Yeah, I guess
Thanks,
did I do
Mike.
Japan? I guess it was with Folkwise,
Come
right?
on,
Not you
Stan.
guys.
Yeah, you did it with Folkwise.
Shh.
I did it with Folk. I was like, go, because they had a pretty far along.
Right, because
Saves.
Dom's file is 4 orbs in. He told me. I let
Yeah.
him know we were doing the orb thing tonight. And he
Oh,
is
nice.
unfortunately out doing field work. He's going to catch the VOD.
Ugh,
But
man.
he's excited for us.
Folklorus.
Anyway, I loved Haiku Town. And again, like the colors that Karen remarked on, like the purples floating around here feels so good.
The cherry blossoms are such a nice touch.
Yes. And the petals don't just float in the environment like completely randomly. It almost feels like they're more concentrated around the trees.
Can you people who've played this like tell me about what this town, how like Japanesey this town was in the original, musical or visual or whatever?
I've
Dana?
written about this, Julie.
Have I not read it?
No, it's in the Cleopatra chapter.
Yeah.
It's a-
Which I have read, but I'm not a Dragon Quest person, so I wouldn't have been able to contextualize that till now.
So I was sort of approaching it from just Japan's relationship to Egypt, and like so often Japan is a place that gets exoticized by Western classical music, and then when they're doing the and then that led me down a rabbit hole of counter exoticism and self exoticism.
Oh
And-
Yeah.
And that's the context in which I'm talking about, like a track that's trying to sound as Japanese as possible in a town called Japan, and sort of noting the elements that are present in this, in terms of like the pentatonic construction of the scale, that type of stuff.
But this is
The
a
original,
self-aware
though,
thing, right?
We could play the original if you want to hear it.
I want to hear it.
You wanna
Sorry,
hear it? I've got it to hand. I can pull it up.
had
Yeah,
to
let's
leave
do it.
before you did this on Folkwise, so I didn't see this yet.
Oh,
Let me mute
Yeah.
let me grab it.
DQ3 here. All right, and we should still be
Video
audible on
games.
stream here.
Video games, Dragon Quest. There we go. Open you in that. I just got to remember what track it is in the file here.
Yeah, sure. Then punch it through Discord, Dana, and we'll play the original quick.
Yeah, it's 7. Okay. Yes. Share screen. Audio overload. Go live.
Then we're gonna jump and do the orb stuff and the dungeon before Karen pumpkins away. All right.
I won't share it. Like, I have the
We'll see
transcription,
how-
obviously, but
when that
like
happens.
we'll just listen to the track. All right, so
Karen is caffeinated. You don't know what's gonna happen.
Who knows? It's a
She
mystery.
might be any kind of gourd, honestly.
that's going through, right?
Yes, it is. We're hearing it. Sorry.
Those pitch bends.
Actually, yeah. While we're at it, let me switch
Mhm.
streams real quick to the actual transcription because I want to talk about it.
Okay.
I want to talk about those pitch bends. Let's indulge me for a moment.
Oh,
No,
we-
that's-
yeah,
I
that's what
literally
the stream is
just
for.
did
We
this on
have this is our
Folkwise.
one smart thing for episode 300, everybody.
I don't know how many like overlapping people we have. So
Yeah, maybe. All
maybe
right.
it's Anthony Dennis, because I had to leave. So yeah, just do it for
I can let me resize this a little bit so it's not quite so unwieldy. Okay. So the way that they did that is actually not, sometimes see if you picture a tracker program, right? Which obviously isn't how it was encoded, but like it visualizes this for us. We think of it almost like or I think of it as like an Excel spreadsheet, but you type notes in it and then it's like vertical instead of horizontal.
Hold on, stream friends, by the way, I'm giving you the visual. Just bear with me one moment. Alright, that's the best I can do, stream friends.
Yeah, you can like crop it as you need. So okay, so you could if you're trying to get from like pitch A to pitch B and you're like doing a glissando effect, we often see it like hard encoded. I don't know if that's the right term, but like where you would actually have in each frame like every sort of pitch level.
Yes.
But when you want to do a bend here that's only like within a step or a half step, you can actually encode it as a hardware sweep up effect, which with the H. So if you see like an H encoding on your tracker, that tells you that's a hardware sweep being like applied. So it's an effect being applied to the channel. And so the H is a sweep up effect, and then the I is a sweep down, and this track uses both of them. So this is obviously like just not the right sound font, but so it actually has an H there, and then it has it here again.
Yep.
And then it has again here.
Yep.
And then it goes down and then up again. And that's how we get that like cool sound.
Nice.
I love it. That's fun. It's so good.
I'm kind of amazed. I guess I would have expected there to be like Japanese instruments when they transcribed or did the remake for this.
Yeah.
Well, when you
but they didn't,
you
right?
hire the Tokyo Phil to play, you're going to keep it timbrally consistent, maybe, right? I'm going to turn Dragon Quest back on.
A lot of games have like like Mario Odyssey has their whole like.
I was just playing that with Josephine.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's true.
So
it's true.
Okay,
I'm going to pull the transcription view.
Although we were in New Donk City just now, so we were not doing Toast Arena or Bowser's Kingdom.
Yeah.
But you're right. This is an extremely orchestral thing, but. Yep. I'd argue for Dragon Quest, they think of this as symphonic music because this stuff got enshrined. Basically, as soon as these games came out, the very first game music concerts were this stuff.
Yes.
Sugiyama.
And yeah, Sugiyama is the one composer I think Dana might actually concede this point that she despises otherwise. Which is, normally if we imagine people writing for orchestra when they write for chiptune hardware, Dana argues profoundly and passionately that they are writing for an electronic instrument that they know well. Remember that Sugiyama was in his late 50s when he started composing Dragon Quest and had been a symphonic composer for 30 years. More than any other game composer throughout all of game music history, Sugiyama adapts the orchestra music to the Famicom hardware, not the other way around.
Yeah, I don't think that's even a concession. Yeah, absolutely. Like, I think of like amazing like Konami composers who are like virtuosic programmers and they know the chip inside and out and they're playing with that. Mm-hmm. I think Sugiyama, you're right, absolutely. Like, it had a bunch of media experience even beyond like a lot of TV work, but before this. So yeah, absolutely. I guess no qualms.
Really interested in, because like other tracks in this game thus far, again, I am like new to this, other tracks in this game thus far fit the idiom of the symphonic orchestra pretty well, and this is the one where the original is suggesting Japaneseness to me in a way that I think I really am very ignorant about, not on purpose, just like not knowledgeable,
What about the pyramid, though, Jillian? Doesn't that punch a hole in your theory? The pyramid was not suggesting Japaneseness, but suggesting non-Western orchestra. And they Western orchestrated it.
How did they do it, though? And
I would argue the pyramid is not Egyptian, but like a more generic othered exoticism of the Middle East broadly. As Dana does in her chapter. I'm not
pyramids
disagreeing
are very
with her here.
popular in a lot of cultures. Egyptian being the highest. But
well, in that case, that is like an Egyptian coded, like
right.
It's very explicit, and even the way they did it in this game, it was very Egyptian coded in terms of the decor and the shape too.
Look at this beautiful contiguous space now, by the way.
I guess it's also like this place could be like I was just watching like it has pillars and like images on the like art not medieval but like the two-dimensional art on the walls. Like this could have been exoticized if it wanted to be this place right here.
Yes. Well, this is more like video game religiousized, if that makes sense. Yeah. Also, can we take a minute? I have an art comment. Look at the top of the glass of this dome as it's transparent and actually reflects everything
so really
through
good.
it. Holy smokes, team.
That is really good.
It's like one of those attentions to detail that other games just don't have. In any case, we were given, around the same time we got the boat, which is the last time we streamed this.
Beat me to it, sorry.
The quest to go find all the orbs.
Orb!
Well, there was an orb in Jipang. There was an orb everywhere. I've done all the orbing.
I guess, like, I don't know if I've finished my thought quite yet, but maybe I'll try to finish it.
You've got a minute. I just put orbs in, and I'll wait on the last one. So finish your thought.
You can't constrain me. No, I don't know. Yeah, orbs. We love an orb or a crystal. No, I think it's interesting when we're considering this sense of orchestrating, well, instrumentation and orchestration for placeness, whether that's supposed to be like kind of resembling a real place or a sense of otherness, which sometimes can be a real place, or just a sense of generic otherness, as like Dana talks about. And then sometimes it's like more of a kind of narrative, or because I don't hear this as like religiosity music. There's not enough like organ and choir.
Right.
It's kind of melancholic, like lost civilization, if anything.
Yeah.
At least, especially, I also have the original in my ear too. Like the original gave me that, like, oh, it's sad here.
Yeah, and so when they make these translations into like, well, we are kind of have an unlimited palette at this time. What kind of choice do we make with essentially an unlimited palette? It's like that is what it's cool. But I also think of Dragon Quest as like very symphonic. Like it's the symphonic game. So anyway, cool stuff.
About a third of the entire game, as I understand it, and I don't know exactly how much more we have to go, but I have a pretty reasonable idea given that I know the big reveal of the day, along with Dana. Would you agree, Dana, that this orb quest is about 1/3 of the game, the entire middle third?
Yeah, I think so.
Orb sandwich.
And I want to point out, why are there 6 orbs in this quest? Why is this quest so long? And I have a suggestion for you all.
Okay. Because that's how they designed it. I don't...
No, but why did they design it that way, Dana? And I have a guess here, and it's built in the research of Chris Kohler's writing on the history between Dragon Quest and Final Fantasy.
Okay.
Final
Fantasy always did 4.
The first 2 Dragon Quest games release before the first Final Fantasy game. This is a Japanese publication timeline, by the way. Nobody cares about the States right now. Final Fantasy 1 comes out with this incredible rhetorical move that Dragon Quest 1, 90% of the game is about rescuing the princess. After you rescue the princess, there's then one more dungeon with the big bad guy at the end. Final Fantasy, you save the princess in the first 15 minutes of that game. And then the opening credits, for the first time in a video game, roll mid-game. And the rhetorical move is, our game is so much bigger and more expansive than Dragon Quest is. You can do so much more in our game than just rescue one princess.
We just made it the prologue, that
That's
whole
right.
game, yeah.
There are 6 orbs in this quest because Final Fantasy I has 4 orbs, and Dragon Quest III says, oh, no. Our game is the biggest and longest game. We are the franchise to beat
I
here.
hate men.
I hate men. Wow. That's so funny.
I'm absolutely convinced I'm right about this, Julianne.
I'm not saying you're wrong. I like you as a person. I just think the biggest and longest
Yeah.
race is always going to be a thing.
And I will note, this game in particular is the moment that the Dragon Quest franchise is known for, right? That urban legend about them, requiring that Dragon Quest titles not be released on school evenings comes from this game. And it was never made into law. That part of the story is untrue. However, there has been no Dragon Quest game that hasn't released on a Saturday since this game.
That's so fun.
The best story.
All right, here we go.
I'm also
Orb
lost in Back to the
6.
Future quotes because Pete got me going. My enchantment under the sea dance was the coolest birthday party ever. And Ryan made it cooler because he commissioned a chiptune Earth Angel.
I did.
And had it sent to the owner of the bar at the side quest, who played it.
Oh,
for
that's
me.
cool.
That's one of the cooler birthday gifts I've ever done for anybody.
That is very cool.
That was super cool. Yeah, Sam was like, Data, we have a surprise for you. It's like, I had someone get in contact with me on your behalf.
That's not creepy at all.
All right, here we go. I love this track, by the way.
Long,
Yeah.
long have we waited.
This one's meant to ASMR you.
So long have we waited for this day.
It's not enough to read as Borg because it's
Blessed
just 2, but they're in
servant of
each
the
ear.
goddess. Only the pure of
Right.
heart. Only such souls will she suffer to ride upon her back. At last, she awakens. Let us pray.
Christ has died.
time is
Christ.
nigh.
Okay.
The hour
There's an
of
egg.
awakening.
Very
How
Easter
the
coded.
skies long
Yeah.
to embrace you.
The Easter colors are there too.
Ooh, probably a dragon.
Soar higher than ever.
Who's hungry? Cracking that big of an egg in this economy?
Right. Ooh. Hello.
It's Norbert.
Hi, friend.
Mhm.
So cute.
Banish the darkness and bring forth hope in its place. May
Vanish.
she be your guiding light. The time of departure is upon us. Venture forth and do what must be done.
I love the new orchestration for this.
It is an elbow.
Yeah.
Bo bo bo.
Look at that ocean.
Ah.
And what I love about this is it absolutely defies
Ugh,
like the
that
over
horn
heroic
line.
masculinity
Shut up.
of airship themes.
'Cause she's a lady. Wow, wow, wow.
And in the 2D HD format, because we're so high, we actually move reasonably slow compared to an airship, even though our ground traversal speed overall, relative to like how long it took me to cross the globe, is I'm moving fast. But my camera speed is slow, which is really elegant now. And I can just, if I stop, I can change where I land with the right stick, and she'll sweep
That's nice.
elegantly.
Look at those colors, though. Gosh,
I'm gonna
the sun,
die.
the fading on the water.
This is like some Chia level lighting, y'all.
Yeah.
And and the fading out of it, it's turning purple. Oh, gosh, that's beautiful.
Pretty.
And like I said, there was about 6 hours of new things for me to do. On this screen alone, you'll notice that I can now land here and get this little thing.
Ah, I like a shiny thing on the ground. Oh, look at that.
So do I. And watch
I need to play
this
this game.
animation. This rules.
Elegant.
Bloop.
The swoop is fantastic.
It did not look like this on the
There was
NES.
no like blacking out of the screen and reloading.
There was also, you were not this high over the earth
No.
in Dragon
No.
Quest
Oh,
3
interesting.
original. It was much like the airship in Final Fantasy 1, actually.
Yeah.
Cool.
Yeah,
cool.
this view is more expansive. It's really cool.
Yes, and you'll notice that the sprite of the Everbird here is basically just like our sprites moving around, the 16-bit Super Nintendo sprite with a little bit of touch-up. But it does not necessarily immediately fit the elegant background beneath it, and I love that we're forced to reconcile the perspectives, because once she starts moving, it all just happens at once, and it's gorgeous.
Well, and to
Yeah.
me, it reminds me of what we were noticing in battle, how like the victory fanfare, like there were like the sound effects were still the 8-bit. Like there's that
The combination, yeah.
Yes.
they made careful choices about what they left in the original form, because they weren't trying to like overwrite it completely.
Yep.
This is very much like it's a love letter to the original. It's not we're going to make everything better. It's we loved this thing and we want to
Absolutely.
do right by something we care
Yeah.
about.
The other thing that I have to note is really nice as a modern convenience here is let's warp to the town of Ibis. You can see my goal destination of the castle there. Whenever we warp now, and I promise I'm not talking about the map, but whenever we warp, the bird and the ship now travel with us. So you don't have to fly
Aw.
anywhere. You can still teleport around for modern convenience, unless you need the bird to get somewhere, like to the castle where we're going. And you can also,
So-
on demand, you can fly low and swoop over the scenery.
So you can
Oh,
really
that's cool.
explore.
You can
Explore instead of a lot of like that's a thing we don't get in like airship territory. It's generally the ability to like
Vary the height, right?
vary the height.
And that, like, I'm supposed to land here and go to this
Ooh.
castle, by the way. But I can
Reason
do
to
that
check.
from here, or I can rise.
Majestic.
Yes.
along with the orchestra.
Right.
Yeah.
And
Is it a soaring topic?
honestly,
Ah,
I lost
another
about
shot.
15 minutes of time just taking this view in the first time.
I kind of am curious, especially speaking to Ryan's idea of this kind of defying the like masculinist airship theme trope, which is not always soaring.
Let's
but
get Sean
sort
on
of-
here to fight it out.
I'm kind of
Yeah.
thinking of like Final Fantasy 4 and 5 as far as like
Yeah.
masculine airship flight themes here.
So does the original? So go back to my annoying thing.
Yep.
What does the original of this sound like? Is it orchestrated with like flute and harp? Like, I mean, is the imagination?
I've never heard it, actually. Dana would have to answer that for us.
Let me see if I go
Like,
back where I
does-
just was and pull it up
Like,
again.
how much work in terms of like kind of emasculating it, which I hate that word, but say that for a second.
The music does
Does
not change with altitude,
orchestration
by the way,
do?
Pete.
Well, then it's literally unplayable. Sorry. It's not adaptive enough for me. Oh, Pete had asked that question.
Yeah,
okay.
yeah. I love
Yeah.
this as a flight theme, though. I really like this.
Forgot to bring it up. We're doing the soaring topic next week.
Nice.
Maybe I'll bring this in.
It's very annoying to me that I cannot purchase a
They-
soundtrack for this version of the game yet, apparently, in the States.
Ew, what?
Because I want to put this on my radio show so badly. Like,
Oh yeah.
Right?
but I can't just rip it myself. There are rules, legally, to what I can play on
Yeah.
the public radio stream. The moment I find a buyable copy of this, though, we're all going to be hearing it for an hour.
Stan, oh my lord, what are you doing?
All right, I'm going to
Like
for the sake of
Yeah, I'll have it in just a second. It's audio overload. You have to scroll through all the tracks.
Yes.
Okay, here it is. It's 15.
Yeah. Is
All right,
Oh,
I can share
perfect.
it if you want to hear the original.
Yes, I do. Hold on. Let's leave here. Mute
Stand,
Dragon
come on.
Quest 3 again. I'm assuming we're just going to hear it. There's no transcription for us, right?
Yeah, not of this one.
Okay, hold on then.
All right, so I'm just gonna play this town theme until you're ready.
We're hearing it. Go ahead. I'm going
Okay,
to...
So this is the original. It's just very arpeggiated.
Yeah. So the harp, I would have expected this to be like harp or piano.
But I don't receive this immediately as the airship theme, in the way that if you load Final
I would've
Fantasy
never-
III's
I love
airship
that
theme...
little,
Airship theme.
little retardando. Ooh.
Yeah, no, I really like this as a chiptune piece of music also, but I think you would have fooled both me and, by your own admission now, Julianne, that this is not... We would not
Right.
have clocked this as the airship
Let's listen.
theme.
Let's listen to the. Oh, it's so elegant.
That is very
Yeah.
nice.
It's so.
It's
elegant.
a little airshipy,
Do
but
you
it's
have,
not like
by sheer happenstance, do you have the Final Fantasy III chiptune NSF file on you?
Yeah, probably. Let me dig it
I
up.
think the like
Yeah.
very active, like the very active. I wouldn't call it a bass line, but active texture and like a kind of long durational melody over top a very bubbly texture is very airship. But that's it. I feel.
Okay, let's see.
I want you
Maybe
to play
like
2 tracks from
sonically.
Final Fantasy III to compare, and then we'll
Two.
do Baramos's Lair.
Yeah.
I want you to play the theme to the Airship Enterprise, if you can
Usually just
clock
like
it
a
for us.
usually
I think it
percussion,
might-
just bass line.
There. 11.
Wait,
11.
did I hit it already?
Sorry.
Yeah, it's 11.
What?
That's soaring for you.
This is our soaring topic airship theme. And by comparison, does everybody hear what I meant when I said the masculine, like, flight theme? You're the conqueror of the skies here. Right? And now, would you play the second
soar.
world's theme for us, Dana?
Yeah, I just gotta figure out which one it is in here.
Yep. You can probably start by jumping ahead 7 tracks. No.
Have you ever
No.
seen me
No.
dancing in the club?
Nope.
Oh
Nope.
yes, so good.
Nope.
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 Mm-hmm.
Nope. Nope. That's excellent though.
Died.
Nope. Nope. No. Weird. No.
These things are never organized in
No.
like a way that makes sense.
Nope. Nope. Nope.
Mm-mm.
No. Oh god, shout out to Eternal Wind though. I would pay Julianne like money to just finish 5-3 for God's sakes. Alright, next.
Sorry.
Such a good battle theme.
It is a good battle theme.
I did write a paper about it. It was
Keep
in my
going for
keynote.
us. No,
Final
you
Fantasy.
Keep
Do you know,
going.
like, is there a name that the second world would go by?
it'd be right next to Aelia, Maiden of Water. We're close now though. Next, this is the boat theme.
Mm-mm.
This is the Nautilus
Isn't this it?
or Invincible
Oh.
airship theme. Next. No, next. This is Eureka. Next. We're close to the end now. Weird. This is
Yeah, I
Dorga
thought-
and
what do
Un.
you-
Next. We should have heard it by now. No. No. Why is it not in order? I hate everything. No. No.
I love that.
No.
I love this, by the way, because I know all these tracks. That's why I keep singing them.
No. 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 No.
That's gonna be all.
No.
I mean, let me go back. Maybe we missed. Maybe we
What
missed
track
it.
are you? Can you just sing it, Ryan, real fast? What track are you thinking about? You said Second World.
Yeah.
Yeah, we're back in the beginning.
Yeah, weird.
Yeah, because I went
All right,
back.
I'm gonna pull it up on YouTube. Hold on.
What is it? I don't know what you're thinking of.
Oh, actually, do I have it on here? I do. Everybody just wait 1 second for me. It's weird that it's not on Dana's NSF.
I mean, it probably is. I don't know how many tracks are on here total. There's 65 tracks on here.
Yeah, it's the second biggest Nintendo
so
soundtrack ever made. Which I apologize to everybody for.
Let's scroll through each one.
It was your fault,
Yes.
actually.
No, I'm gonna bring
Love
it
how
up.
the stream is always 1 degree away from Final Fantasy. Thanks a lot, Anthony. You're not wrong.
Hold on a second. Let me share Final Fantasy 3 to my folks on the call, and you all will simply hear it on stream, because then I can choose from an English named list of music for everybody. Which for today's purposes will get us there sooner.
I forgot that spot.
I want this piece. This sounds like the Dragon Quest III flight theme to me.
You're right. Oh,
The same
next
types
part.
of arpeggiations. And what's
This is a
fascinating to me
periodic
is
structure.
this one is entitled, appropriately so, given the context of its appearance in FF3, The Boundless Ocean. And let's hear how they reorchestrate that for the Pixel Remaster. We're in Dragon Quest III territory, all of a sudden.
Harp and flute? How would you know it?
So pretty.
I've always thought this is one of the best pieces on the soundtrack, for what it's
This
worth.
does
I love
feel
this
Dragon
piece.
Quest now that I've heard some Dragon Quest.
Well, now you're gonna have to work it into a radio show. Find a really good cover.
Yeah.
Na, na.
This next week is going to be the Gang Awards, and then I'm doing cozy games, and then maybe we'll have to do like sweeping orchestra water stuff. We'll see.
Cozy games, you say? Do you already have your stuff built for that?
For cozy games, no, I haven't yet.
Do you need help?
I'm happy to have some help off stream later if you want to.
I have ideas.
Okay. Anyway, back to Dragon Quest for now. But thanks everybody for indulging in a like multi-layered discussion about this amazing flight theme.
Yes, thanks for indulging me on that. I'm like, what's happening every 2 seconds?
Oh yeah, I don't think you were necessarily slamming us. it's just funny to me because, like, individually, like, we know a lot of these major franchises pretty well, but I think for the most part, we kind of shy away from super canonic games in a lot of our work.
Right.
There's a lot of Final Fantasy on this stream, though.
We have. It's a cultural touch point for a lot of, and all 4 of us tend to have like different ones that we know or do not know.
All of them? I don't know. I know the first one.
You know one.
The first one. That's it.
Yeah. What we might have to do though, folks, is reboot Dragon Quest, which is not a big deal. Like my save is right there in the desert town next to this spot.
Oh, did all of our shenanigans make it?
My controller has disconnected from the game.
Yeah.
Because I can move, that's fine. But like, I want.
Your work doesn't feel canonical, though, Julianne. Like.
Thanks for making it feel. I'll be like it. You know, it's a Super Mario paper. But if it feels weird, then I've done my job.
Yeah, it never feels like because you never say something obvious about the franchises. Like they're there as like. Your idea is always more interesting than that, and like the game you pick is not random, but like could be a lot of things to talk about what you're talking about.
And as I like typed right as you were saying that, is that I think it's also like some of us when we're like theory versus history versus like the perspectives there. Like sometimes it's like if you're doing a theory framework, you want to use like so here's this like example everybody knows. But then if you're from a history perspective, you're going to be like, how about we shut up about that example and look at some other shit? So...
Okay, here we go.
All of us make the world go around. Wait, what are we doing now? Why do we reload?
We reloaded to get
literally
my
everybody is
to work
excited
again.
about your Lego paper. Name anybody that we know that isn't excited to see Pete's Lego paper.
Yeah, 100%.
I defy you.
I want that paper.
I know.
Okay,
and I
wait.
even called
Everybody
out-
listen now. We have one more new track before we fight this boss that I suspect Dana wants to hear. This is the Evil Castle theme.
Mm-hmm. Does it have bad bells?
Is the purple poison? What's the purple
Yeah,
about?
it's poison.
Yes. Purple semiotics.
The harmonic choices here are very, like, 1940 to 1965, like, approaching atonalism, but not quite there in full yet. Choices for me that normally is the sort of thing I despise, but when I know it as a modal shift of another existing piece, I kind of love it, actually.
How Verklärte is this knocked?
Right.
I was just gonna say pre-Schoenberg, like, atonal, which is literally verklempt.
Verklempt
Strauss.
knocked.
Yeah. Now,
Little Don
verklempt
Quixote.
with
about this
apologies
knocked.
to folks who
Don Quixote.
like watching me wander very, very, very long dungeons, this is one of those, and we're going to skip it for the sake of time now. Here's the boss.
Okay, listen to those
Good.
clusters.
That track was still going.
Sorry.
Oh my god.
This track, we're in hell now.
Is that like a roar
just
of a
fire.
fire?
It's just a fire, yeah.
Just fire.
Ooh, magma.
So, you have found your way here at last. You know that to stand against mighty Barabas is
I
to
don't
throw
love this
away
voice
your
acting. It's
life.
very like Dragon
And
Ball
yet
Z villain
you
coded for
still
me.
came.
But look at him.
Right.
What was he
You
supposed
come
to do?
to regret.
Yes.
But not for long, for I shall rend you asunder and devour your
Ooh.
innards.
Nice.
I mean, I guess that's better than devouring your innards and then rending you asunder, right?
Right? He's not gonna knock us down, though. This dude's gonna eat us. I love this.
Yeah,
All right, hold on.
he's hungry. He's hangry.
Yes.
This really
I'm
feels-
not hangry because we got arepas tonight and they were glorious.
Sounds good.
Yeah, I hated your pictures. But that was because I hadn't eaten yet. Then I liked them after I was not hangry.
So what's really gonna make this boss fight is that I have leveled Karen through the roof. And I went out and caught
Ready.
30 more monsters with the Everbird
Karen's the strongest.
to unlock this move, which
I'm
is
ready.
Wild Side. If you
Ooh,
use
that
it,
breath.
Oh
then
my
for,
Hey,
god.
baby.
Sorry.
Take a walk
for
on
the
black
next
set.
4
Aw.
turns, she takes
It's like
every action
Grumpy.
she takes twice.
Nice.
This went
Flame
straight
of
from
flame
Wagner to
dinosaur.
John Williams
Yeah, it did.
for a second. And his. Now it's neither.
Oh, yeah.
Like
I might
that.
be leveled up, but I'm powering down.
John Williams-y. The
The
horn
caffeine
line.
failed me. I caffeine too
Empty.
early.
I know. The intro, though, felt very Wagnerian. I felt like I was watching the Ring Cycle.
Now in, I don't know,
So-
multicolor, whatever.
My history of everything class that I'm teaching right now, we had to do Wagner in one day, which is enough, right? But it was also like all of the 19th century, so all of nationalism, all of exoticism in opera.
That is
You got one day for that, it's fine.
I was like, guys, I don't know how there was 78 slides and we did it. We got through them all, and I was like, I don't know how. I'm still a little like reeling from it. Let me see what else. I know there was like something else that obviously we did all the architecture and stuff too. That's the thing, is this class is like everything. It's not just music, but musically it was program music, because so we did Berlioz too. We
my
did Symphony
God.
Fantastique.
It's like, of all the things to pull from the 19th century, it's like incel culture and Nazi culture. I know it's not your design.
More things change.
As I call it, Symphony Fantastique.
Yes, exactly. Like, come on, get.
Yeah. So, and we did Ring Cycle. We explained what a leitmotif was. I had a bunch of lovely examples where I could just be like, here they all are individually, and then here's them one after another in a scene. But we also had to have our like, all right, guys, before I teach Wagner, let me tell you about Wagner moment.
Like, what's
Or
that
teach it,
spoiler?
let me teach it.
Because the book is old. It's not even in print anymore, and so the book doesn't address it. So I had to be like,
It's not
okay,
in print. Oh yeah,
quick
you
little
were saying
aside.
this.
Oh, goofy.
You know, Karen does like 500-600 damage a turn. Everybody else also goes, I guess.
Heck yeah.
I am just a lout.
But yeah, in the slides I inherited, there was one that was just Chopin, Liszt, Sibelius, Grieg, Smetana, Dvorak, Tchaikovsky, and Mussorgsky. I'm like, guys,
Okay.
what? Okay, like I get we have to like talk about sculpture and paintings and stuff, but what? It was a lot.
That's a lot of people to conflate, or at least put on one slide.
And Monday, I have to talk about a lot of people as well.
Are you into the 20th century? Like,
Yeah, we'll be doing like
could-
realism, impressionism, symbolism, so just getting into that.
gracious.
Yeah, so like Prelude to the Afternoon of the Fauns in here, Ravel, Debussy,
Nice.
Saint-Saëns.
I love watching the found footage of the original dance to Prelude.
Yeah, yeah.
So nice. Those like the just absolutely almost ruined footage is so beautiful to see.
I know. I also really like. I use a lot of Joffrey reconstructions when I do some of the ballet stuff. So I like that they copy the costumes and everything. You know, like they make it look nice.
It's so cool that we have some of that original
I know.
footage from the originators of everything. It's just like, oh man, I wish we had the full film.
Yeah.
It'd be so nice to see.
That's also something. Not ballet, but Case randomly has a very solid like Martha Graham modern dance program, and it's because the founders studied with her. If I remember, back when my roommate was a dance major, like the kind of like elder stateswomen of the department had like studied directly with Martha Graham, and so there was like this lineage where they would do a lot of her stuff. It was really cool because there was a lot about like reconstructing, and I enjoyed that quite a bit. They also do a lot of like fun tech. I remember going to one show where like the entire audience had like headsets, like VR headsets, and there was like a portion that was projected, and then there was also live dance, and you were like watching both together. They got a grant to get every audience member a headset for that. Can you imagine?
That's awesome.
And this was like 2010s. This was like not just a year or two ago. The amount of money that was, I don't even want to think.
Right, I don't know how long this boss fight's going to take, by the way, but hopefully we're about half done, because Karen is running out of magic here.
Only in the game.
Right.
In real life, she's just getting started.
Didn't it?
Theory pilled. I still haven't been theory pilled.
God bless you.
Gesundheit. Yeah, my favorite moment of Kudo stream was asking Bill O'Hara to explain Neo-Romanian theory to me like I was 5.
Nice.
Oh, kudos.
Hey, I
stream.
need to revisit that.
It's
'cause I'm
coming
not there.
back, I swear. It'll probably be after Nakbagum.
There we go. It's done.
I have so many good things to feature. But I'm also not going to try to do it weekly anymore because that was just nobody was responding to emails.
Season 2.
Also, as a
kinda
shout out
hate
to
this
Karen, by the way, my
active
third
podcast
drink
people
tonight
do that.
is this lovely like chai spice flavored liqueur she gave me.
I want to try that so bad.
Yay. I'm so glad that you had some. I forgot about it, but I'm glad that you're trying it and you like it.
Oh, it's so good.
I love this take that Neo-Romanian is how a music theorist tells you he's poly.
Snort.
It's all about triads floating
I don't
ambiguously.
like it. It's like when you hear doctor and professor and just assume it's a he. Hey, some of us
You
use she, her, hers pronouns.
this is not
To be fair, I'm not really a Neo-Romanian person. And I think all Neo-Romanian theorists are white men, so it's okay.
Yeah. So, yeah, I think you're getting offended for no reason.
I know. I just want to be offended. I just
You
want
want
to
to you want to be able to be offended.
Okay, but this is a beautiful screen. Okay. Oh,
Yeah.
the sparkly stuff was nice.
Right. It's too warm now. Cool down a bit, right? Here we go.
You have at last bested the Archfiend. You have done all that was asked of you.
You're
Be
done. Bye.
proud. Now
Game's
return
over.
to them.
Someone to tell me that
Return
every
to
day.
those who love you. They are waiting for you.
What, to return to those who love you? They're waiting
No,
for you.
you have done all that was asked
You've
of
done
you.
all that was
Oh.
asked of you, and like
yeah,
go,
that would
yeah,
certainly
and
be
go
nice.
home. Like return to your life. Oh,
Oh, daytime fireworks, really? Seems like a waste of town funds.
all hail the hero. All hail the hero.
Oh,
Ugh.
hero.
It doesn't have like a big old victory fanfare like in Final Fantasy III, actually, speaking of. When you walk back to the town.
Yeah, but
I don't
this
think I will
one's-
ever be unimpressed with the water. I just could watch the water in this game.
100%.
was-
Stand there and watch it.
Like
Mhm.
Ryan's screenshot of the water that I asked him for was my desktop background for 2 months.
Nice.
I understand it.
Right, let's go to our feast.
I love this
I
track.
love this piece
Love
of
all these
music. I
tracks.
love this
I
piece of
know.
music.
I
This
love
whole-
both the day and the nighttime versions
I
of this
think-
because this one has like our cool like Vivaldi.
Vivaldi moment. This might be my
Concerto
favorite
moment.
remastered soundtrack of all time.
Bilayer.
that.
So
It's-
far.
They released the first gameplay footage of Dragon Quest 1-2 2D HD today. It's also breathtaking.
Yeah.
Wow, I need to make a game just so I can get this plug-in that is apparently accessible to anybody.
I'm so proud and happy I could burst. Ah, if only your father could see you.
Just look
Oh,
at
Mom.
you.
Mom and Granddad.
You've grown into a great adventurer. The spitting image of your father. And I know somewhere out there.
He's just as chuffed.
Just as chuffed as I am.
Adorable.
We love a sequence.
Well met indeed, vanquisher of the Archfiend Baramos.
Oh,
This
But yeah,
Vivaldi expansion might also be my favorite moment of the whole soundtrack. This
it's really good.
kills.
I'm obviously very into
Truly
it.
You are your father's child. The kingdom, nay, the whole world salutes you. Servants, a feast must be prepared, the like of which our land has never seen.
That's what I want. I want a feast, the like of which the land has never seen.
There you go.
Though my pork tenderloins tonight were in there.
Patrick in the chat. Sorry. Okay. Oh.
Uh-oh.
Patrick is
The
right.
dry ice is coming out.
He's very harsh, but he's right in the chat.
What
Also,
a
look,
lie.
our big anthem and feast. It is canceled now.
No, I love food.
Do you love bread?
Very Dragon Ball Z. Like we come
I
on.
must apologize for intruding on such a heartwarming scene.
Your voice and your silhouette do not match, buddy.
Master of dark
I know we actually do need a more
Silhouette
Dragon
is
Ball
really
Z
cute.
guy.
world. And so long as I will it, your realm shall never be free of the pull of night. Now,
Oh, look, night.
your pain shall be my pleasure.
Ew.
Dude, don't
God.
breathe before the word pleasure. Jesus.
All
Yeah, that-
shall kneel. All
No, got her.
shall give their lives in sacrifice to my glory.
That just proved how evil he was.
For I am Zoma.
I love Anthony Dennis. Could be Ben Starr.
Oblivion.
He's the Spence
Obey,
Star.
and your suffering shall be short. Resist, and you shall know true torment.
I forget if we've done it yet. I think we might have wanted to wait for Sarah to be on, but Ben Starr voices Prometheus in Hades 2. That's one of the bosses you fight on the upper route now.
Is everyone unharmed?
No, those trumpeters are killed, man. Did you not see that?
What was that?
No, it cannot be. Not now. Not when peace had finally returned to the land. Will it forever remain beyond our reach? Everyone present, listen, and listen well. My subjects must never learn of Zoma's existence. Their
have a
lives
little
have been
noodle
ruled by unease for long enough. Oh, goddess. Which is the path I must take?
Sad for Streamy.
Ugh, weather's changing.
Why aren't you sleeping, Granddad? Whatever. Why are you trying to tune your violin for, Dana?
Because I want to noodle around and figure out the thing.
Mm-hmm.
What's the matter? Can't you sleep?
Nope, no sleeping for us heroes.
Suppose it's no surprise, really. Ooh,
I thought the tuning was the game.
that horrible voice we heard in the castle sends shivers down my spine.
Oh, Kristen Nagus visited Pete's class.
Yay, that's awesome.
That is awesome.
But enough of that. Tell me, do you know what you're going to do next?
She's close to you, Pete. Did she come in person?
Oh yeah, because she's a
It's
Floridian.
all right.
Yeah, she's Orlando
I'm
based.
still in shock too.
Oh, that's so cool.
Yeah,
that
that's
means
awesome.
I could probably
We
ask
had
her
hoped
because
this would
that's
be
not
the end
that
of it.
far. We could pay for that, maybe.
Nice.
I'm gonna put that in my little to-do app thing. Kristen Nagus is Floridian. I'm gonna be like, what did I mean by
Brings
this?
back memories.
Nagus is
His
Floridian.
friends presented him with the finest helmet. Everyone came out to wish him well.
So, spoils,
They were
I
all
have that
so
helmet
joyous.
right now. Mom does not
But
know
there was
that.
nothing but fear.
You gotta keep stuff from your parents.
Well,
They can't know everything.
You find it as part of a side quest on the adventure.
David it's hexatonic polling in his grave. I showed these
don't want
students
to lose you
hexatonic
too.
cycles like 2 weeks ago. They were doing sonata form and they're like, can you, what? And I'm like, don't worry
I'm
about
sorry.
it.
Don't worry. Everything will be all right.
Exactly,
Everything will be
Mom.
all right.
That's what I
Exactly.
told my
At
students.
any rate, I'd say it's well past your bedtime. Go on. You must be
Because the
feel
shattered.
you, Mom.
they're just
We
I
can
feel
talk
ya.
in the morning.
Yeah, Pete, the next time you speak with her, she just crossed the 100 game threshold.
Oh, that was her. Yes.
career-wise.
Yeah.
So you have to pass along
that's so
some
cool.
congratulations.
I don't think I've even played 100 games because I'm so slow. That's awesome.
What if you don't play Final Fantasy?
So
Play
hold on.
shorter
Look,
games.
there's a new location we can go visit, team.
Ooh, that's pretty.
It is pretty. And it's what we've been waiting to get to for Karen. Here, is
I'm
this
scared
new
of that
location.
Oh,
place.
yay. I'm still here. Look at that.
Plowing the driveway.
I think I have it.
I want Anthony Dennis to be still thinking that that's in the game this whole time.
I've listened to it enough times. I feel like I'm at least like in the ballpark.
Look at those like real wood floors.
I want that house. Like,
I know.
space. I want space.
What do you think that goes for on Zillow?
I know there's no stopping you.
$8 million.
Depends on the location,
More
but
than I
definitely a
can
million.
I follow some Instagram accounts on like
be here for
old
you with
homes under
open
100,000,
arms whenever you come home.
and I just drool because some of them are
Pete,
so
nice.
cool. But they're all
Wow.
like, you know, northwestern South Dakota.
I was gonna say in the middle of
Like-
nowhere, probably.
But some of them are
So
like
bye for
Rochester,
now.
New York, and I was like, that is gorgeous.
Oh, really?
Is there
I look
nothing
for
in
Eastman job.
West Hartford, Connecticut?
Yeah, there's like cheap old houses is one of the ones I've seen. I've seen people like repost from.
I'm always like, these look
Alright.
redone.
Hello,
What's the
that's so much
catch?
true for-
It has no roof. It has no septic. It has no water. There's black mold in the attic. There's something wrong with this house. Right. I'm glad we've gotten to the place that I'm supposed to see, because I am fading like a flower.
I know. I'm doing my best for you.
Oh no, you're fine. I should. It's my own fault. I caffeinated too early, and then had a beer. Insta.
That'll do it. That'll even it out.
All right, let's go there. And we do need the bird here, of course. It's covered by this mountain area.
So pretty. So pretty.
I like how when making hexatonic cycles, Rick Cohn is like, it's all about doing like the least amount of work. And that is like the one joke that I made to the students. I said that was relatable, and they actually laughed. Usually I have silence, but they actually all came with me there.
Castle of the Dragon Queen.
This would be hard to plow because look at the raised edges too. Oh, is that a kitty cat?
Yeah.
Aww.
Why does it talking to me? Why does it talking? What is happening here?
If you need to level characters quickly to catch up, like from class change, now that you have the bird, you can go do that.
Nice.
Why are there horses? Oh, is this all animals? Wait, what's happening?
I don't know, but the horse guardians kind of freak me out just a little bit.
They're a little scary. It's just interesting that this doesn't have like crazy dwarf music like Final Fantasy IV, for instance, to compare. Dwarf Castle.
No, we need, like, the cinematic elegance of the Everbird Shrine here
Bird.
for this place.
That's one fancy big. Aw, hello, Smaug.
Why does it have like
Stand before the dragon
my
queen,
arms?
servant of the
It has your
almighty
arms?
goddess.
Like I'm like sitting here like the same. I just realized we look the same. Because they're like kind of
Thank you
beefy.
for heeding my call and making your way here.
Your castle is the mode on the inside.
Doubtless.
No,
one of
that's
my
the
retainers
fire
has
insurance
already
policy.
dwindled, But I have scant time.
Do you know what it costs to insure a castle when you're a dragon?
Listen well, child of
It's
Ortega,
premiums.
for I am about to impart all that I know of Zona, whilst my life's flame yet burns.
The moat on the
I do
inside.
so in the hope that it will allow you to vanquish.
Of course we will heed the Dragon Queen's
Thank you
request.
sincerely.
If you say no, it's like, okay, your 40-hour save file's gone. Peace out, die.
Aw.
If it permits
That's
you for that,
In the depths of
like,
the
okay,
underworld.
weakling.
Right?
Start
Alternate
your
ending.
journey
Discovered.
there by first heading east of Baramos's lair. Eventually, You will come across an island in the middle of a lake. Its caves will lead you to the world below.
Yep, that's what we're doing.
Now, do not weep for me. My time is simply
I'm actually
coming
playing
to an
viola
end,
right now.
and I
So having
am
the violin out's
certain
a little
my
weird.
offspring can handle the task that awaits.
I'm doing a recording, y'all, on viola.
Just know
Nice.
that Zoma
I'm so
possesses
excited.
power unlike any
My friend
other
Lawrence
thus
wrote-
far.
I don't know if he
You
calls it
would
a cantata.
underestimate him at your peril.
It's a piece of religiously inspired music. And there's a small orchestra and
As
choir, and I'm
long
playing
as
viola
you
on it.
have this, you will not
Fun.
falter.
Yeah, it's called
The
Paradise
light will
Lost.
return.
Are you recording all together or like separately and then he's mixing it?
Together. And we
Nice.
have a couple rehearsals on Sundays and then recording a couple weeks from now. I'm actually gonna text him. Is it a cantata or like?
It's gotta have a genre name. Come on.
Right, like I'm curious.
We're gonna get the
is
seventh
random.
orb.
7 orbs. Integer overflow.
I really just want this to be over so we can get to the underground, which is what Karen has to see.
Yeah. I like the color palette in this area, though. The purples.
I like
Really
the
nice.
gilded dragons adorning the walls too.
Oh yeah,
When
but the, like,
faced
or
with
like the
forces most
egg
dark,
windows.
hold that
Really,
sphere
I'm down with
aloft.
those.
Then
I want
it
some for
will
my
be
house.
Your turn to prove your might once more.
Okay, Dragon Queen.
Your Majesty.
Now it falls to me to pass on the torch to my dearest child.
$9 a.m. That's plenty of time, Pete. Okay, fine. Bye, I guess. 2.5 hours is a
feel like it
long
can't-
meeting.
I feel like this thing can't be an oratorio because we're not like. It's smaller scale.
That would be
But
the
it
only
may-
other thing I could think of.
I mean, it's the composer's will, right? So like, if he calls it an
Composer's
oratorio, that's
will.
what I'll call it. But I feel like in my head I reached for cantata because of like the instrumentation and the fact that we're doing it as like a chamber performance as opposed to like semi-staging or whatever. I don't know.
Ah, here's the trick. The strain of watching over two realms torn asunder. Were the world as it ought to be, thou wouldst surely yet live. As an aside, we were asked to provide Julianne's name, like not Streamy, but Julianne at the beginning. I'll bet anything, and I don't know it. That egg becomes Julianne the Dragon Queen at the end
What?
of this. That's my call.
You're
right
in
now.
an egg.
If I can be like rehabilitated from Lout to Dragon Queen, I would be okay with this. As it stands, I'm still offended that like my actual answers to the personality quiz gave the worst
I
personality
actually
type.
watched, it's episode 290, if anybody wants to go track down in our archives on YouTube. Julianne
Outstanding.
looks so pissed that the game absolutely spends not just 1 minute, but like 5 or 10 minutes shitting
It's
on
so long.
her.
It's like
It was a
oh,
long time.
Go kill yourself. It's like really bad and really mean.
It's one of the meanest things I've ever read about not just you, but anybody. Like,
Oh, gosh.
It
That's
was
saying
like
something.
you need to go back, go choose different parents to be raised by. Like it was wildly out
Wow.
of pocket.
Different-
Hmm.
That's so
He's an
funny.
idiot. Comes from
Oh.
upbringing. His parents are probably idiots too.
Mm.
Oh, Pete left already, so me quoting
Yeah,
Back to the
Pete's
Future.
I'm like, I think that's
No,
a quote.
I understand
I quoted
the
that
quote.
one earlier, but
yeah.
I was gonna say we heard that one already.
All right. Good. Let's
Just
jump down
relevant now.
into the underground.
An evil
Yeah.
bloomin' onion. Are there any good bloomin' onions? Let's be real.
oh
Yes,
hot-
bloomin'
hot
onions are
take.
delicious. Come on.
I've never had one. I'm not an onion like a fried onion person. Wait, what is a
Yeah.
bloomin'
There is a
I know.
there was a
I know someone that
barbecue
had like a
chain.
severe allergic reaction to one once because it was like something in the seasoning blend on it,
onion?
and their whole mouth like
That's
got
fried.
like sores from it. It was weird.
Oh God.
That is very
Oh.
weird.
All right,
No, there was a
Yeah.
barbecue place near me when
Dana, do we
when I
need
was
to
in high
listen
school.
for a musical cue here?
And they did bloomin' onions.
No,
I
they
don't
had
know.
they did a fried onion loaf. And it was literally like, it came out like a
Onion
loaf
loaf?
of bread, and
Okay.
you sliced it in slices and ate it with like a remoulade sauce, and it was amazing. You could get a whole or a half of a loaf.
Oh my God. I mean,
It was
I'd try it.
brilliant.
I'll try anything.
So freaking good.
Tell me,
I'm sure it was 8 billion calories of oil, but it was worth it.
Okay, I stand corrected. The composer says I call it an oratorio because I actually did write a play, but I was 20 and the dialogue sucks.
Okay.
It's funny.
Fair.
Amazing.
I love the colors here. The colors are so pretty. It was an onion. It wasn't onion bread. It was just like fried onions in batter, but it was like, oh.
But yeah, hopefully when this thing gets recorded, like
Karen,
I hope I get a
what's
version that I
this
can share with y'all
dialogue
because like
here?
the music is so good.
I'm ready. In fear of the fiend.
Nary a single soul in Alefgard.
Regardless, thy path is clear.
That's our first clue.
Make eastwards for the castle town of Tantagem.
The
And
second
Bill.
world of Dragon Quest III, the underworld that's separate from the world, is the world map of Dragon Quest I.
Oh yeah, I was gonna say I know
From there,
Tentacle
cross the
Castle.
seas to the
I
south,
love when
to
games
the
do
great
that
fields of
nonsense.
Yeah.
It's so good.
That is
Like
where
Zelda
you
does
will
that.
find the dread
Yeah, like,
Lord of the
this is the
Underworld.
moment
Oh.
Wind Waker takes you under the waves, right? It borrows from Dragon
Nice.
Quest III to do that.
And you're like, the whole thing is right there. Holy
Perchance
shit.
wouldst thou
Yep.
have use for a map of the
Ugh.
kingdom?
Oh, I would
Better
love a
serve
map.
them.
Oh my gosh, you have no idea, sir.
Eat shit.
It's a map stream. It's a map stream. It's a map stream.
Oh, and
I always
300
think-
episodes of this.
to take the ship. And always remember,
Not a 300th MF stream at all.
Tentacle.
Nice of us to get a boat right away, I have to say. A nice fat big boat as well.
Big fat boat. BFB. Ooh, I like how that like started slow and sped up.
Look at that.
Was that
Look
like?
at this world map. Karen?
Mhm.
But did you
Yeah.
have like resistance?
I see that world
I
map.
accelerated it, Julian. If you're
Okay,
talking
it
about the
did
speed
it.
of the
There
boat.
wasn't like a resistance mechanic there.
No.
This is so Andre Roux
Oh,
coded.
wait.
Oh,
Yeah.
it's like a warm hug of a track. I just feel so taken care of.
But it's the original.
I know.
Right? Because we're in Alefgard now. You get the Alefgard music.
Yeah.
The arrangement is what's giving me the
Oh.
hug.
I know, but I love it. It's like finally we're in a game I know. I know this game. I love this game. This is good.
I love the good
Ah,
use
this
of a
is awesome.
bassoon that isn't just for comedy. Although I love a comedic bassoon.
You mean the farting bedpost?
I love bassoon.
Yes.
I always
I
wanted
make
to
fun of
play
my brother,
bassoon.
but.
Oh, I adore this arrangement of this track. This
Yeah.
is everything for me.
I can
I have a
sleep
friend
happy.
who's really into orchestration, and especially late 19th century orchestration, but knows nothing about video games. And I sent him just the soundtrack of this game recently, and he's like, "This is really good."
I'm doing a deep
And
dive.
I trust him because that's like his thing. And he's like, "I'm gonna study this," and I'm like, "If you want to do a joint paper, like,
Oh,
I can do a
please.
JRPG paper in my sleep." So
Right.
Yeah.
Oh my gosh. And then submit it to the journal.
We know some people.
maybe we'll do
No,
it.
we know a
Might be
few people
interested.
involved in that.
I also
Hey,
like that
Missy.
underground, it is permanently night here.
Oh,
the
interesting.
world's,
Is it just
shrouded
because
in
it's
darkness.
like no sun or like?
Is the cave theme here the original cave theme?
I don't know. I haven't played Dragon Quest 3. I had this spoiled for me about a week ago.
But this would be the theme from Dragon Quest 1 though, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
And let's hear the Tangential Castle theme.
If you can find a cave, we can find out.
Too stunned to move.
Yeah, hold on.
Obviously a different boss theme, so that's not. They didn't switch boss themes.
Yeah,
That would have been
the
cool.
one from 3.
Yeah, this is
I
Dragon
would've-
Quest 3's battle theme here.
Yeah, but I really would have liked it if they would have just stuck in the TQ1 Dragon Warrior battle theme.
Yeah.
That would be fun.
That was probably a space limitation issue in the original, but they could have done it here, right?
Yeah.
But yeah, there wouldn't have been anything to import in the first one. It just was the battle theme. So yeah, bringing that in here would have been awesome. That's why I'm like, I wonder about the other, like the area themes, the town
Areas.
themes,
Yeah,
cave
yeah.
themes and stuff.
Oh wow, even Karen only does 1 damage there. Okay, well, monster fight. Nope, sorry I died.
No die. Boom. Ba-ba-da-ba, ba-ba-ba-ba. I want the victory themes.
You get... That's all you get. Alright, here we go. Yeah.
Yeah. Oh, I love it. But this, if I would have imagined the orchestration of that theme, this is not what I would have imagined.
But if you had to make
this is-
the night version of this theme, I buy this as that. We don't have the
Okay,
elegant
yeah, yeah, yeah.
daytime version because we have to wait until Dragon Quest 1 HD-2D comes out in a couple months.
So there is no daytime theme for this?
Not in Dragon Quest 3, we're in the underground area. It's permanent darkness.
Oh,
Dragon
okay.
Quest 1 takes place after this game canonically, after the
Oh, got
worlds
it,
have been
okay.
remerged and saved.
Got it.
And I don't know the context because it's anachronistic, but I have been told your save file will carry over from Dragon Quest 3 to Dragon Quest
That's
1.
cool.
I love that crap.
Square Enix announced there's going to be a very special bonus for anybody who maintains 1 save file through the entire Erdrick trilogy.
Wow.
That would be
And I'm
And you're-
addicted to that nonsense, just like
Yes,
Julian
you're
is.
gonna,
So
you're gonna get like some kind of
I
members
love
only
that
jacket.
I would,
Like
I
your
would get
Destiny
the
raid or
remakes
whatever.
For that.
yeah.
What's
I would
that? What's
totally
that
buy the
fancy
remakes
jacket
for
you
that.
have?
I do. My fancy jacket is from the Destiny 2 Lightfall
yeah.
expansion
Yeah.
raid.
Yeah, that was the one.
Yeah.
Can
or
we
I'll
can we
buy
go
all this
into
later.
a cave or something before I fall asleep?
Free fall asleep.
How-
Yeah,
how
if you
open
can
is the
walk me
world?
there,
Try
we
it.
might be able to.
Yeah, let me- Opa.
Ba-da-da-da. I know it's not the same one, but that's like the dominant of that theme. So
Yeah, see, always nighttime. All right. A cave, you said? Where's the nearest one?
okay.
Yeah, I have to. We're in Tentacle Castle.
So, like if you kind of go, you know how that
up
one's like
to-
sitting.
up to the left.
Oh.
Is it this rock structure or the far one?
If you-
uh,
See, ooh, wait,
it's,
wait,
it's like
see- see
basically
one?
due north.
I see it. I see it.
It's north. It's up in the desert area, up to the northwest.
There's one closer though. Go south.
Oh, are you looking at a Dragon Quest 3 map by chance? Oh no, I see an entrance.
No, zoom
Yep.
in. Do you see it?
Yeah. Okay.
I caught it on the.
Yeah, good eye.
I don't normally.
It
Well,
looked like a cave entrance. It might not be, but
you have one to the south, the southwest, just closer to you, but you have to take a very, very long path to get to it if they've maintained the actual original map structure.
oh,
I think I have almost infinite access to the map here. This is the end of
Oh,
the game.
okay. In that case, if you can like hop over the mountains, then yeah, there's a cave to the southwest of you.
Yep, see, it's cut there so I can walk up in 3D.
Okay.
We're just gonna throw magic at these things to make combat go away. Yeah, peace
Goodbye.
out, losers. Ba-da-dum-bum-bum-bum. Alright. Yeah, here's your cave here. Good eye, Dana.
Oh, thank you.
Good eye, mate.
Good eye.
Craggy.
So craggy today. Anytime we like hang out with a small child, Josephine will get like a day of sniffles, and then I'm like, every single time, like, can I just have my throat not hurting? Although Joe's like, you must be getting better because you're not like unable to get out of bed. I was like, yeah, I guess I'm doing a little better. Anyway.
This is cool.
This
Once
is
it moved
cool.
into this part, this is... But this is...
This is new.
I like how
To DQ3.
I like how they asked the clarinet to trill.
It's but it's
trill
part of
with them.
DQ. It's from the first game.
Yeah.
This was in the first game.
Yeah.
Is it just that loop over, or is there going to be more?
Yep. No, that was
That's
the
it.
original loop.
This
That's
cave
so
is
cool.
huge
If he wanders
right now.
into it, that
Holy smokes.
wonder if he
Yeah,
cover, like, a
but in
secret
the
space
original
section,
game,
you know?
like every time you go down a level, the pitch of the loop shifts down.
Yeah.
Oh, here, we can try that.
What?
Let me get to a staircase and we'll test it.
If they maintain that, I'm gonna be like so happy.
Yeah, me too. And then I have to go pass out for a bit.
Yeah. Before we make DQ3 plot advancement, we do have somebody to talk to in Tangible Castle, I'm almost certain. You're not just supposed to, like, wander around here like you know your business. And also, though I don't like admitting it, I have another 6 hours of leveling to do before I'm actually ready to fight the last boss of this game. Because that's how Dragon Quest works. Oh, that helps.
I've reached level 36. I reached level 36 a while back.
Wait, you told Eric Whitaker that he had a rough trill?
Yeah.
That's first of all awesome you met Eric Whitaker because that's cool.
Oh, sorry.
Second,
no, it was
I love
on,
that.
It was on Facebook. It was on Facebook,
Oh.
but he responded to it. It was like a big thread, and I was
It
like,
does.
man, but
Check
that
it out.
trill
Wait, wait.
between.
Yeah,
Be
listen,
fun to
listen,
see.
listen.
Let's wait for the loop
It's
to enter
gonna
here.
do that little introductory thing.
Yeah, that's fine. We can wait. Okay, hold this key in your heads.
Okay. Okay. Ew. Ew. Like in a good way. Like ew in a good way.
You did it.
I love it. That's so cool. Woo.
Work out how to reach Zoma's Citadel. It looks like we have to revisit every major area on the DQ1
That is so
map.
cool.
How
I'm getting
far
this
does it
game.
go down? How many levels does this have?
It probably varies by the cave,
If it's
right?
yeah, if it's the cave I'm thinking of, I think it has 4.
Do
But-
all caves do this?
No.
No. Well, not all caves have upper and lower levels, but all the
Okay.
ones that do have lower levels do lower pitch when you go down.
I don't think I like that's such an early example of something like relatively dynamic. Like it's not.
It's
super
not dynamic
adaptive,
audio
but
in the modern sense of what that means, but they're working within
Right.
the tech limitations they have.
to do. Yeah, like
It's
do
certainly
something
adapted.
with that.
I think it totally counts. It's the spirit of dynamic audio.
It is the spirit, yes.
I mean, it's
was like a-
responding to it's responding to you. It's responding to your action, and it's responding to a game state. So yeah.
Well, it's like in the sense that like in any game, if you like move between like town and overworld, it's gonna change anyway. Like that is adaptive to an extent. But in this case, of course, it's like mapping like depth, but it's
Yeah.
the same track. So like what stays consistent. And now I'm getting in my teacher
Right.
mode of like, well, what
Now-
stays consistent and what
It's
changes?
it's the text painting of game soundtrack.
The
This
text
castle is the
painting.
game's Dragon Quest 1's final area, isn't that right?
Yeah.
This is where the
The-
Dragon Lord is on that
No.
note.
No.
Where do you
Wait,
fight the
where are
Dragon
where
Lord?
are you? Sorry.
Here's Tantegel Castle.
Yeah, you're in the castle like right south of it. You gotta cross. It's like right below.
Is it?
It's
this
weirdly
X?
laid out. No, like
Because it's not the desert over here. That's a different thing. And I remember you have to scoot to the
Yeah.
right and cross a rainbow bridge to get to.
Oh, right.
Yeah, you do. You do have to cross. I know, right? You have to cross the rainbow. It's literally like it should be freaking right catty cornered from you, right across the river from that.
You also
But
are a
you-
catty corner person.
But
Okay.
this map has a lump
am I.
on it. Like, if you can you zoom in?
I can zoom
Lump
out.
on it.
You
Check
can't
that-
zoom
get that
out.
checked out.
Yeah, so it's on the lump. It's on that nubbin where your
Nubbin.
mouse
Nubbin.
is.
Oh,
Little
like
nubbin.
where in the middle here, this extra bump here.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Exactly. Like where all those like white mountains are. You're right in the northwest where the yellow cursor is basically. Like right
There.
there
Yeah.
is where you need to go.
Well, we won't visit that spot in Dragon Quest 3, it seems. Now, is this the castle where the princess is before you get all the stuff to
No.
this far one? There's something big
No.
over here, isn't there?
Yeah, it's you get magic keys in that town.
Okay.
You get keys, but the princess she's not in a town. She's in the cave due north of that town.
Oh, yes, that's right.
She's
Okay.
in the tunnel.
Yeah. And then one of these X's is like the optional spot where you can get Erdrick's armor. And it's only semi-optional because the game's really, really hard if you don't get it.
Yeah, well, the token is down south, and then the
Yep.
oh, my brain hurts. The armor is in the town over in the left in the desert. Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
That. And then yeah, I don't know if you still need like the Staff of Rain and the tablet and all the other crap, the fairy flute and the stuff that you would get in the
Right, I
actual,
don't know
like
either.
the sunlight stones. And the Erdrick's sword is in the final castle, where the big baddie is. So I guess you're not going to get that. Anyway, this is awesome. I'm going to have to buy this. I'm going to have to.
We all
aren't
need
I?
to own it.
Yeah.
I think the whole Erdrick trilogy in 2D HD is like coming to everybody. This is where it's at, team.
Yeah. That's awesome. Well, this is great.
All right,
I'm
this is
gonna
what I
go to
wanted to show
bed
you,
now.
Karen. So yeah, you can crash and go to bed.
Thank you. Yay. It was awesome. Thank you. I'll see you all. Good night.
Yep.
Bye.
Bye-bye.
Hey.
Ugh,
All right,
so
I'm gonna
pretty,
save
I can't
so I
handle
don't
it.
die. The Dragon Quest 1 music in this orchestration also rules. I've not heard any of this before. Didn't have it spoiled for me. I love absolutely everything there is to love about this.
Good old brass choir.
Right.
Mm.
Of course we want to continue our adventure. We have another 25 minutes here, team. For our last 5 minutes, I think we should watch the brand new trailer for Dragon Quest 1-2, by the way.
Good.
Because they released
that-
it today as part of the Nintendo Direct.
I was wondering if was that today's Nintendo Direct, which was happening while I was like driving to go teach.
So the Nintendo Direct today is so funny because it started from 10 to 10:30, and I teach a class at 10:20. And class time started, and I said, how many of you are still on your phones watching the Nintendo Direct and you're not going to pay attention to anything I have to say for the next 15 minutes?
Right? Like,
And
it's
two-thirds
relevant.
of my class were like, sorry, Dr. Thompson, like, this matters right now. And I was like, okay, I'll trade you all. What if we just watch it on the projector as part of class, and then you all participate in discussion and pay attention more than you usually
That's
do?
game history.
Right?
It's
I love
happening
it.
live.
This was
There's
games
so much to talk about
literacy
there.
class, yeah.
No, same. Almost. Yeah, Madison Drace, who was in my 11 o'clock class, but I was driving like from 10 to 10:45 or so, was like texting me like, "There's a lot of rhythm games happening. Like, what's happening?" Like, because this is our video game week in the class that she's in, because it's not normally just video games.
Right.
So I'm like, keep talking, because maybe we'll talk about it. We didn't like talk specifically, but
Oh, this. We should have played this for Karen, damn it.
did we not hear this before?
No, this is new and it's beautiful. Holy shit.
Sounds familiar to
Just
me
sit
though.
and
I'm
listen
not-
for a moment.
Yeah, I'm just not going to touch
Well,
the controller.
we once upon a time did Dragon Quest 1. So you would have heard the original.
Right.
Oh, this is a Dragon Quest 1 track.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Everything for the rest
Sounds-
of Dragon Quest 3 will be a Dragon Quest 1 track. The whole game is Dragon Quest 1 now.
To Bloodlust Revenge.
I was kind of hoping they were gonna.
I
they were
wanted
gonna do
a
what they
second
did.
verse.
Yeah.
I kind of appreciate that they've not done it. Both
I
to
guess we
create
can't
a
be too-
separation between the worlds and to create room for Dragon Quest 1 to have its own soundtrack like this.
Yes, you're not wrong.
Now, if they give us just this as a repeat, I will be murderous with rage.
Yes. Honduras.
My God hath told me much of thy deeds. Forgive me for summoning thee here so suddenly, but there is something I would ask of thee.
Oh God. Sorry,
Perchance thou
the
art
music.
familiar with the name Ortega.
The taco sauce?
Thou art
Yeah.
indeed his child after all. Then allow me to officially bid thee welcome to Tantagel. Now, 'twould behove us to begin by explaining how we of Tantagel came
Oh,
to know
Dana,
thy
the
father.
piece has a second verse here.
Verse.
Sorry.
I like the added
No,
harmony
fine.
too.
I like that a lot, actually.
I am a singer at heart. You get a singer's analysis.
We're
of
sequencing,
everything
too.
from me.
Because we're doing the Baroque thing. We're sequencing. It's not
Yep.
like because they're
Hard
not
to
going
fathom
like
that
full
may
Vivaldi
be.
concerto here.
Ortega
Right.
once
Subtle.
resided within these very walls.
It must have been, what, a decade or so ago.
I'm
'Twas
so
a
glad it
day
has more
like
to it though.
any other,
Yeah.
when an injured warrior was carried into the castle. His wounds were most severe, but he was yet to breathe his
Lay down in
last.
my violin case, cat.
Alas, his own name excluded. His memories had
If I
taken
fits,
their
I
leave of
sits.
him entirely.
I elected to let him stay with us whilst he recovered. Ortega even served me for a time. Though he remembered naught of his old life, he was a gentleman, most jovial, and well liked by all in the castle.
Then, all too suddenly, one day he simply
Everyone likes seeing you on screen.
nary a soul knew whither he had gone.
Surely thou findest thyself here today in search of thy father. By all means ask those within the castle anything thou wishest. I am certain thou shalt be reunited with him ere long. But no
I'm glad that
patience.
Ortega has helped you,
Should
Julian.
tragedy befall thee in thy haste, Ortega too would suffer.
Ortega taco sauce. Look who it is. It's Millie.
Hi, Millie. We love a sequence. This feels so, oh, late Baroque. Did my internet poop? Yes, it did a little bit.
Yeah, the legends do tell us of a fairy flute in the village of Cole. This is totally Dragon Quest 1.
Yeah.
Karen should have stayed up another 10 minutes. Rats.
Oh, she requested the cave. We would have been here already.
It's true.
But she wanted to show us the cool thing.
It was a cool thing.
I don't know any of this stuff. Definitely cool to me.
Oh yeah, the fairy flute guy. Okay.
So this track was in the original, but they added like a part to it, like a B section, a verse even?
Yes, the B section is not in the original game. And that's true for almost every Dragon Quest III track we have heard as well. That whole cool Vivaldi thing that Dana fawned over on week 1, which is actually 7 weeks ago now, did not exist in the original game.
Yeah, the loop point is basically right before that section comes in.
How does it compare to how the Pixel remasters added some new stuff?
It's exactly like that, where they repeat the melody once with completely new orchestration. Occasionally here, they've done even more than that, though.
Okay.
Because they've added a section. So the most inventive of the Pixel remasters, if you can remember what like the FF1 Town expansion did.
Yeah.
Almost every track does that here.
Okay. So there's a lot of little extra material. Okay.
Yes. And it all has ruled so far. I was actually nervous. The reason I thought this would be a 1-week game for us, rather than this is now the 4th week we've done it. Though we have taken breaks, and I actually think taking breaks is a good idea from long games moving forward. Like, this format has felt good to return to this every 2 or 3 weeks.
Yeah, and like we could still do a long game as long as we break it up, yeah.
Right. But the reason I thought this would be a 1-week game, honestly, is A, I did not know that Dana had an emotional/childhood connection to Dragon Quest III when I said we were going to do it, and Dana did not realize it was Dragon Quest III that they did first. Until the moment I booted up the title screen.
I thought it was a different one.
And she became immediately charmed. In fact, you can watch her react in episode 290 of the show. And she was so completely taken by the first few, and then basically every orchestration on the soundtrack in a way that normally this type of thing does not resonate with Dana very much. And I mean, you're right here, don't let me speak for you. But historically, you have had a slight, preference for the original on its own terms. And I'm not saying you still don't like the original of all of this music, but you've had far fewer complaints of, oh, they're not faithful to it, oh, I don't really care for this arrangement, etc. with this game than with any other remake we've ever done.
There hasn't been an instance of not being faithful, and I think that's the difference. Like Julianne's student commenting on the quality of the orchestration, this is somebody who knows that original side, somebody is probably a team, right? Knows the original side quest inside and out. And Karen was kind of talking about how, this isn't the orchestration I would have pictured. There's kind of an obvious go-to one, and then they're going a step beyond that. But all of those changes are very strategic, and they've all worked. I haven't been they didn't go for the easy version, they're doing this instead, and I'm not seeing it.
Yeah. As a quick aside, this electric field exists in Dragon Quest 1, and I'm also impressed from a ludic perspective they kept the puzzle around.
Yeah.
That level of attention to detail is incredible. And what really annoys me, not about this, but in retrospect about the Final Fantasy Pixel remasters, because this is so good, is that there are absolutely times where the Pixel remasters took the safe, easy option, and it's at those games' expense every time they make that choice. I have a really strong opinion that the absolute best of that set is Final Fantasy V. And it's not because I like 5 the best, though I like it more than almost anybody else, but because it's not the popular, one in the States, I feel like they felt comfortable swinging big because not as many people would notice.
And have
we were so happy with that. That was our exact complaint was if the other ones could have taken some of these risks.
Yes.
because they
And
paid off.
At its absolute
really
best,
interesting.
the Final Fantasy
Yeah.
Pixel remasters do that. At their
Yeah.
worst, they tended to give us most of the Final Fantasy VI soundtrack, which I hate to say it, is boring. 90% of the time. It's like, oh, they
It's pretty, but it
fixed
like
the
doesn't
compression
move
on
me.
the original orchestration, but they didn't take the
Yeah.
opportunity to give us a new emotion, right?
Yeah.
The only exception for almost the entirety of the Final Fantasy VI soundtrack, and it is one of my favorite across the entire 6-album collection, is Searching for Friends.
Searching for Friends. I knew you were gonna bring
When
that up.
they break
Hell
into the
yeah.
triplets in octaves and the strings at the end of that loop,
God.
everyone was like, holy shit, we're gonna get
We were
another
like,
crack at
what
that
in the
right? And that's
what in the late
emotion,
19th
right?
century?
It was so good.
But the whole rest of the game was blasé. And I hate saying that about probably my favorite JRPG of all time.
And we had talked at this time about how it's like, well, this music was so already like at the limits of what that chip could do, and so it's like, do you do more with that? Do you just like kind of respect it? But I also really like this idea of like us in the States having such like aggressive like attachment to the original sound that they might have been too afraid to like do too much with it. But like, I mean, they did Final Fantasy VII, right? Like remake, rebirth, everything. So
Yeah.
I don't know.
But how far do we think they have swung so far with? I mean, Madison should actually be the one to answer this question, but there have been so many moments where I also feel like it's polished, it's beautiful, it's well played.
Yeah.
But I don't know that they're swinging, that they have really swung for the fences in very many
In the
places
remake,
there either.
Rebirth, yeah.
I
I don't-
agree
like-
with that, with only a
like
small
story-wise.
handful of cherry-picked tracks across a 700-track set.
Exactly. Like, I can think of a couple moments, but like
But
overall,
that's less of a ratio of, oh my gosh, they took a big chance here and it worked, than, and let's table anything that was completely redesigned. For instance, the Honeybee In sequence doesn't count here.
right.
Right. There's a lot of differences in just the
But
design
any
of
of
the
the
game
places
itself.
where the music is, scare quotes, the same.
Yeah.
There's only 4 tracks that immediately come to mind where I want to argue with Dana's take here, and that's not enough tracks to argue in a 700-track album,
Yep.
Yeah.
right?
I think overall I have the correct take.
You do.
But I will concede that like it is not every single, like, just like you're not saying all of the FF6 Pixel Remaster is boring. It's just on the whole it does that, right?
Right, on the whole, it leaves you thinking what a
Underwhelmed.
missed opportunity this was.
Yeah.
Not the music you're hearing is bad, but that they could have done this in a way that doesn't feel designed for people who played it already. It's designed to welcome a new generation of people into the same experience, like this game does. Because what's wild to me, and I adore this about this version of Dragon Quest III, is if I take off my historian hat and just experience this as a consumer, a new player to the franchise, not once do I think, I'll bet this was better in the original. I want to know what the original sounded like. Right? They respect the original. They present the content of the original in a new way. But it's so complete emotionally here
Yeah.
that I'm never left thinking, oh, what if Rydia's theme, like, I bet they were really relying on the Super Nintendo compression to deliver this moment, and it just falls flat for you in the Pixel Remaster. Everything here slaps.
Yeah, it's like it's there's some degree of apples to oranges because of how much was remade when the Final Fantasy VII and how much it is like doing the extension of the universe thing. Like it's not just a total just remake.
Right.
But I think I get that. Yeah, like there's not a lot of big changes at additions. A lot of it is orchestrational and just like where you hear stuff. And more about the game itself. Yeah, and the story. But
And I go back to it all the time, but like Mako reactor mission, if I had been leading the Square music team, which would never happen, the one thing that I would have done first was...
They whipped that so bad. That was bad.
Yeah, they did that so bad. But overall, I think I would have had a vision where a lot of like the Shinra type stuff would have been a lot more like industrial and noise rock coded, like than the sweeping orchestral. It didn't feel right. And I was like, that would have been so cool to have this juxtaposition of like kind of like a noisy, gritty, like dark, they're killing the planet. Metallic, all these like sound elements, and then have the sweeping lush orchestration for all of this like Cetra, the planet, the energy, like have it be this like organic technological kind of distinction. And I don't think there's enough separation between those two ideas that I've heard so far.
Yeah.
So yeah.
Well, and let's take a look towards the future, because I strongly suspect, even if we don't do it in full, we're going to have to take a week each at least for when this arrives to us. I'm bringing up the YouTube trailer released today for Dragon Quest 1-2 2D HD. And I'll share it to Discord as well.
I'm out of tea, so I just have to like get warmer in my sweater.
This was the very last mug of my yuzu tea jar. I need to go get another one.
I want one too.
You've got one being driven to you in a month.
Really?
I'm already planning on it.
Amazing. Oh, I will appreciate that so much.
I felt so bad because I tried to do something nice for Dana a couple months ago, but Addie had ordered this thing. And I had just forgotten to ask her. She was busy and out. And so I was like, well, I can find this on Amazon, surely. That's where we got it. And I ordered Dana the wrong flavor of tea.
It's good, actually. I ended up, I did drink it and enjoy it, but I ended up giving it to my mother-in-law because she was talking about how her husband's, like, obsessed with, like, pomelo and grapefruit.
Oh, nice.
I was like, and marmalade and stuff like that.
And you're
like,
boy, do I have a jar of stuff for you.
I was like, you'll appreciate this. And I was like, I loved it, but also like, I know how much I'll like the yuzu one more because I really just love yuzu as a flavor. So yeah, it's as far as I know, being very happily enjoyed. So
nice.
And I had gotten like a third of the way through it. It's not like I hadn't gotten into it, but yeah. It's a cool concept. There are these like, for those that don't know what we're talking about, it's like these like Korean, right?
Yeah, Korean.
Like it's like a marmalade tea, so it's like a thinner. It's not as thick as an actual marmalade that you would spread on toast. Although you could use it as
including like edible rind pieces.
Yeah.
So like I don't want to show you like the bottom of my cup with like juicy, nasty
Probably
rinds in it
great.
to eat.
Not gonna
it doesn't
sell
look great, but it does taste fantastic to have a little bit of texture and chew at the bottom of your tea mug, actually.
And if you like boba, then this isn't
same sort
that.
Of thing.
Yeah. But yeah, it's like you just stir marmalade and then you make tea out of it.
Your tea, and it's fantastic. And I've actually combined that with my brown rice tea bags.
With regular tea, yeah.
And so I put the jam like marmalade stuff in with the brown rice tea, and the combination is terrific. In any case, this trailer for Dragon Quest 1-2 HD-2D released today and is relevant to all of our interests. We'll close stream today with this.
So, wait. Is 1 and 2 going to be one game?
Yes.
Okay.
I can't wait. I love all this, like, not over-orchestrated, but also, yes, over-orchestrated. I love everything about these soundtracks. I have to own them all. And I'm extremely excited now that we are almost done playing as Erdrick, right, in Dragon Quest III, to kind of see the legacy in true hindsight of playing in chronological order for the entire franchise. And I have been left wondering for a long time, given the success of, let's assume the whole trilogy, but DQ3 has done well for itself here. In hardcore Japanese role-playing game circles, the Zenithia trilogy of 4, 5, and 6 is kind of this holy grail of Japanese role-playing games. And I've not done any of them. And I would absolutely play through them in this lush format.
Mm-hmm.
Not necessarily all of them on stream, but I'm going to buy every one of these they put out, team.
Yeah. You know what game I would love to do, and I cannot speak for whether it's any good, but we should just do it for the vibes, is the 7th game in the Ys series, because it's called Lacrimosa of Dana.
Yes, it is. I knew that.
And Joe bought it for me because of that. Like, it was just like, here, have this. I have no idea if it's any good. I've never played one of the games in that series.
That's hilarious. No, I have no idea if it's any good either.
That would be so funny.
In any case, I think we do one more week of Dragon Quest III. I'm going to do like a whole bunch of cleanup and visit all those X's off of stream, and we'll do the ending to this game on stream.
Oh my gosh, she's standing.
If that works
board.
for the
you
two
see
of
this
you.
Yes.
Audacity?
Audacity, yes.
Audacity.
In the meantime, thanks everybody for joining us for episode 300.
300. Are you not entertained?
Wait, can we madness? This is Sparta.
No, I didn't buy the latest Assassin's Creed game.
there's
We
no-
can't just
there's
kill
no-
it.
And then kick the guy. into
Right.
the-
What? We
Into
need
the
sound. We really need a soundboard on this stream. That'll be what we do.
Yeah,
Next.
I have a stream deck. I
something.
should work on a soundboard situation.
Oh my
know,
gosh,
this
we
is
do
why.
need a. I have a stream deck too, but
Every
I'm
once in a
usually
while,
not
I will
broadcasting
kick the
it.
stream
I'll have
deck
to
into
go.
high gear. And in fact, one of the things that people remember about the online Nakvigamir is that,
Is that you had
I
the applause and
programmed
stuff.
8 different varieties of
applause.
canned applause for every
I-
paper to replicate the feeling of like feeling good after you end your paper.
You should have had one that was like kind of not great. It was like 5 people applauding. Just kidding. Just for my paper. I didn't do a paper, but whatever. That would be
How
very
we
fun.
troll Julianne.
It's so weird though how like important sound is to the
It
online
is,
hybrid
isn't that
conference
weird?
experience, right? Like the applause, and I've heard this not just from my close friends who would tell me I did a good job, even if I did a terrible job. Like the two of you would support me through anything, but I heard
We
this
might
from
make
people.
fun of you. Well,
Yeah. Let's table that. I heard from a variety of people who like are not in a position where they have to be nice to me necessarily. That part of the conference experience was great, right? And it's not really hard to set up. And man, I only have 90 seconds to go on a giant rant of how every academic conference should like do a reasonable job at this. God, ugh.
It's not actually that hard.
well, we're gonna draw on that expertise next month.
Yeah.
Since
yeah,
we
'cause
decided.
we're just doing it, right? I'll have to bring my whole
Yeah.
stream deck and soundboard situation for you.
Yes, and we can talk about our needs there, so that I can ensure things go smoothly. You'll be in town early, so we can make trips out there to see the room and stuff. It's in the
Yes,
student center,
I
so I
am-
can't imagine we wouldn't be able to just like walk in.
I'm planning on teaching until 2 o'clock and then immediately driving to wherever either Sarah or you I'm supposed to be. I can arrive to either space at about 5:30, 6 o'clock.
I think and we can obviously plan off stream, but I think we're gonna have you come to me and have Sarah come up
Awesome. Okay.
for Thursday, and then you guys can go down at the end.
Yeah. Last reminder, though, it is worth bringing up Nakvigam planning just long enough to say if you have not yet booked your hotel, do so, please.
Do so.
Please help
Do
Dana
so.
calm down.
That's right.
I feel like everyone on here is either not coming or doing virtual or whatever. But if you know anyone thinking of coming, We are so close to not incurring the attrition clause through the hotel.
Yeah.
In any case, we'll be back next week. Thanks for supporting us through 300 of these wild episodes.
Woo!
And
we actually said some smart things about music tonight.
Yes,
Oh,
and
yeah,
we met our
Starlight.
goal for the month
We
for
we
Starlight.
exceeded our goal. Thank you, everybody. Oh my goodness, because I know it's rough out there on these streets, and yet our community is great. So thank you so much.
Yeah. All right. We'll be
Yay!
back next week.
See
team.
you at NACFGUM.
Next week.
Bye, everybody.
Yay.
Oh, yeah, don't worry. You have to be around for 300 more episodes of Shitpost for sure.
Just
Yeah.
ship.
All right.
No
Bye,
more music.
everybody.
Bye.